Hi, I'm Eric Dewey.
And this is Steve O'Mooney.
And I'm Matthew Renfro.
And we're Socially Awkward. You're listening to another great production on the Four Eyed Radio Network. Check out more shows at foureyedradio.com.
Today on Ranger Command Power Hour.
Oh, hey, check it out. Now we're live.
Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Did you say Fatterday night?
No.
It's actually true. Tom's in New York, and it's Saturday.
Morning.
You're welcome. Hey, I said but earlier. That was my thing.
It's not like we're broadcasting from a beehive.
First look at the Bumblebee movie. Sorry. Horrible Transformers joke. So who's got their Thunder Megazord so far, the Legacy one? Who likes that, huh?
I do. I don't like the lean on mine, though.
Well, that's just like a Justin Timberlake dance move. You're good.
Lean back.
You got the Smooth Criminal edition, that's all.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your Megazord.
We just lost a viewer.
Mr. Yellow says Legacy Ectomorphicons.
Wait. What? Power Morphicon?
Ectomorphicon.
Is that like a Ghostbusters joke I'm missing, or
guys? It's the Ivan Zords, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What?
The Ivan
from the movie.
Yeah.
Mike G goes, I figured they're just too lazy to sculpt the new coins that weren't for Tommy. Pretty much. I mean, you guys know that Bandai America's full company name is Bandai America Frank, right? Like, anything and everything they do. I think he's going to do them on the WhatsApp so you guys can see them at the same time.
Oh,
Zach,
I never
what's your phone number on? Well, actually, Zach, will you DM me the phone number for WhatsApp, what you have connected?
Sure, let me do that right now.
I was like, hey, go ahead and say your phone numbers. No.
Sure, it's 555, screw yourself.
I'm going to tell Tom to start throwing dollar bills at Heim.
Well, it must have worked. He used the Haim Saban circle. He summoned him to Toy Fair.
Why would he throw toilet paper at Haim Saban? You know that's what he uses.
I don't get out of bed for anything less than $100 bill.
Why did you make him sound Russian?
Russian, yeah.
Haim Saban is not Russian. Haim Saban is not Russian.
Because apparently...
myself there.
Because apparently that's the only accent I can do.
Mr. Yellow said, does every Power Rangers ever include new powers, LOL?
Legacy blitzing new powers.
I should get Tom to ask that question. They'd expect it from the pit bull. Does that include all the new blitzing powers from Super Megaforce?
And they're like, what are new powers?
Yeah.
Carrie Clan, and in relation to why our picture's not being allowed, he goes, Saban's there. He should just walk up and be like, yes. Well, he probably has to go up to Bandai first and be like, where's my money?
Sure.
You want license? I need money.
Where is my money?
Put in my magical coin purse.
Want to see a leprechaun?
Phrasing.
I'm Saban. What are we Lucky Charms?
Okay, guess we're not on the Power Force anymore. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, right. Saban goes, what is a Power Force?
I never approved this.
Reggie says Slender Zord. Reggie also says he's not touching Saban's coin purse. Reggie says, Eric, you missed a chance of this being episode 69 with the whole Saban coin purse thing.
Oh, no.
I don't get emails very often from Bandai and Saban except when they're correcting something I've said. Like when Saban emailed me and was like, actually, this article you put up isn't quite accurate.
Oh, really? Did Saban himself do it? Like, this article is bull.
I want my money for this.
Then he dangled his coin purse.
Oh, God.
There you go. Now you can mail from him. You're welcome.
Hashtag coin purse.
Hashtag legacy coin purse.
Jordan, what'd you do?
Not bad.
Oh, God. Oh, what's wrong with us?
Absolutely everything.
Only on the Toku Nation live reaction show. Here's your podcast episode. Sorry, only on the Ranger Command Power Hour Extra episode Toy Fair 2016 reactions.
It's actually episode 62. Who's counting? I am. And now on Ranger Command Power Hour.
Hey, it's the Ranger Command Power Hour.
It's morphing time! Ha!
Today on the Power Hour, episode 62, Rangers Talkin' Toy Fair 2016, recorded on February 13th and 14th, 2016. Welcome to the Ranger Command Power Hour on the Four Eyed Radio Network. Sound Ranger Up with your hosts. I'm Eric, also known as Trekkie B47.
And I'm Zach, also known as the Cinema Slob.
This episode is brought to you by Revenge Lover, illustration and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit revengelover.com. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Eric. We have got a ton of news to break down.
Yes, news, Toy Fair, it's all happening right now.
It's all kicking off.
And we're charged up. First in the news, we at Ranger Command Power Hour want to congratulate Paul Schrier for getting married this weekend.
Congratulations!
I've met Paul quite a few times in the past over various conventions. He's one of the nicest guys in the Power Rangers actor community. He's sincerely a genuinely good guy, and I'm really happy for him that he got married.
Yeah, agreed. It's wonderful news. Like you, I've met Paul many times, and he's always been just this lovable big goof, and he's always a joy to meet and to get to hang out with. And I look forward to possibly seeing him again at LexCon.
Absolutely, which both of us will be at next month. And we will also bring you the coverage from LexCon. LexCon's going to be great, but again, congrats to Paul. Next, this is crazy. Over the past 2 weeks, there have been numerous Mighty Morphin Power Rangers variant comic book covers for issue 1.
It's ridiculous.
They're mainly comic book retailer exclusives, but I feel bad for anyone who wants to attempt and try and collect all these covers because I think it's going to be next to impossible.
Yeah, you're gonna be
spending a lot of money, especially with these comic retailer exclusives. I mean, I'm not the biggest comic book buyer. I don't know how common of a practice this is in the industry, but this is just a level of variant covers that I haven't even seen before.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There are a large number of variants, and I mean, normally for a book, you'll see a couple of variants. You could wallpaper your house with the number of variants we're getting.
I think it's at least 20 different variants so far. Even some of the bigger PR news sites like Toku Nation and Ranger Board have almost given up on counting on these. Because it's like every day, one or two pop up, and it's like, okay, calm down. I enjoyed issue 0. I'm definitely going to pick up issue 1 when it comes out, but I'm not going to go crazy with these covers. If I go to the comic book store, I'm going to get the first one that I really like if they have multiple.
Yeah, I'll probably have to pick it up at some point too.
Speaking of colors and variants.
You magnificent bastard. That's the exact same segue I was going to go with.
There are even more T-Rex Zord, Rexy, and Spinosaurus recolors.
It's holy cow.
Rexy is getting like this yellow gold version, all gold. The Spinosaurus, I thought it was going to be black at first, which in my opinion would be cooler, but it's a super dark forest green with orange highlights. It looks cool. Kind of getting sick of it.
We're getting repaints and variants. It's like, guys, cool it. My wallet can only handle so much. You're going to make it cry.
Yeah, and then we have a limited edition Terra Charge Megazord with mainly red, but with white highlights.
I didn't even see that one. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's all red. And the lightning bolts on it and a couple other things are white. There's also a limited edition Dino Charge Morpher, which is all green for some reason. It's the Toku Nation Morpher. And there's also the limited edition T-Rex Supercharge Morpher. So that's the mini Tira from Kyoryuger.
Right.
But it's all white and gold, which some people have pointed out to me that there's a white and gold mini Tira in the 100 Years After movie. It's a recolor that makes sense.
I suppose. At this point, it's like, okay, let's make this one purple with yellow highlights.
We found out through Toku Nation and some other sites about the recolors and maybe Bandai's reasoning behind that, but we'll get to that. But needless to say, there's a lot of recolors out. Another thing is that the entire movie cast for the Power Rangers movie is all now in Vancouver. Last week, they were all flying up there. Now there's group shots of them. They're training. So the movie, it's ramping up. It's going to be filming at the end of this month. So right now they're doing their training. It's on.
Yeah, it really is. You can already tell they have a lot of chemistry with each other in their group photos and in their sort of interactions on Instagram and on Twitter and everything. They're having fun with each other. They're getting comfortable with each other. And that chemistry is going to be great when we need it to translate on screen.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that they're getting this time before filming to kind of form that bond.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And they may get a little bit silent on their social media, but I would definitely keep an eye out because who knows if they might leak a little something or there might be some clues.
It'd be neat if there was.
And according to Bandai's third quarter report, Ninninger toy sales have tanked. They are worse than Tokuger, and they're actually the lowest toy sales since Time Ranger, which was 16 years ago.
That's rough. You look at back when we first learned that Dino Charge was going to be the adaptation season over Go Busters, and they cited, oh, well, there was low toy sales, so we got permission to skip it. You skipped Tokuger, which had pretty decent toy sales, as I recall, for Ninninger.
But they still weren't the best. They were like the second lowest.
Well, but I mean, now it's kind of like, ooh, you got egg on your face there on that one a little bit. Oh, ninjas are a surefire thing. Wah, wah.
Who knows how that's going to translate here in the U.S.
It could be a huge thing here in the States. Right. Kids like ninjas. You know, so it's entirely possible that this could be a reverse scenario where the toy sales were terrible in Japan, but are great here in the States.
Hopefully they can make some cool toys. I don't know if I'm going to be collecting as much from the Ninja Steel line as I have.
I probably won't be either.
Maybe except the figures, of course, especially if they keep up these villain figures. But I already have all the Ninja mechs and all that stuff, so I really don't have to buy any of that now. I have shurikens that I want, so it's cool. But it's kind of ironic that Go Busters was skipped for low toy sales, and we got that thing about Tokuger not having an audience, trains not being very relevant here in the United States. But that's complete BS because Thomas the Tank Engine at Toy Fair unveiled this whole new line partnering with DC for a whole new line of superhero trains.
Yeah, I think that the Bandai, the Toei, the Saban reps, whoever is responsible, kind of misjudged the audience on that one. I think they didn't realize that kids are kind of into trains, and you know, Tokuger probably could have been something awesome, but it's not my place. I'm not in charge of any of those divisions, so I can't speak.
And we've speculated that a few episodes ago. Again, I would have loved to have our first official Orange Ranger, our third Purple Ranger, but it's not going to happen. We're stuck with the ninjas. I hope Chip can pull it off. We'll see. So, yep, those are toy sales.
Just quickly before we switch topics, did you watch the Raw of Zyuohger?
I have not had a chance.
Okay.
Well, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. There was a lot of action in it, a lot of practical effects. Like, you could tell a decent amount of budget was put into this opener.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this series subbed so I can understand it a little bit more.
Sure, I'll probably download the Raw. And I haven't even seen yesterday's new Dino Charge yet. So I've just been running around this weekend. Well, speaking of running around this weekend, most of my Saturday morning was hanging out with you and Chris and Jordan and Tom when he was able to finally call in. But of course, Toy Fair happened. The past couple of years, Toku Nation has a live stream with Tom as the point man live at the show, and we always have our live coverage. It's great partnering with Toku Nation on this, and I'm glad we have a chance to talk with them with this new toy sales, toy presentations, all that stuff.
I said on Twitter, I really love the way those guys over at Toku Nation try to nail down as much of the facts as they can for their listeners. They want to make sure that the information they give out is not only correct, but also comes from the most reliable source.
Exactly. And even after Saturday ended, Chris emailed his contacts at Bandai and got clarifications on a lot of things, which was great.
Yeah, which I love. It's you're going that extra mile to make sure, hey, we know you want the news, and we know you want the news 100% correct. We don't want to come out here with, oh yeah, we heard something about this, but we're not really sure. Like, no, Toku Nation, those guys say, hey, here's what we know, here's the facts.
And also their parent site, Toy Art.
Yeah.
Every year does amazing Toy Fair coverage, thousands of photos of pretty much every major release that goes on at Toy Fair. So props to the Toy Art Network and also Toku Nation. So we're going to include clips from that live show interspersed in our talks here just to get the live reactions. First off, Tom was hanging around before the appointments happened and spotted Hayam Saban himself at Toy Fair.
Like Punxsutawney Phil coming out of his hole, Hayam Saban showed up at Toy Fair, saw his shadow, and said, what is this shit?
I guess Tom overheard him say shit and this and that. And I have no idea what's going on there.
I think it's just hysterical. I just like to imagine Hayam Saban walking up and looking at everything that's Power Rangers and asking somebody, what is this shit? Do I do this? Is this mine? Is this mine? Okay. It's not it's good. It's very good.
It's hilarious. You don't see him a lot. He's not very out there.
He's very much like almost a figurehead. Like we know of him as the head of
we know he exists and we know he's there.
But like to see him out in the wild is, oh my gosh.
It's like a rare Pokemon or something. So did you get to shake Hayam Saban's hand?
No, I was really close to him though. I could have probably reached out and punched him if I wanted to.
Reach out on his coin purse, Tom.
I was that close.
Did you go for it? Did you go for his coin purse?
Did you steal it?
I was regretting that I didn't have any coins to kind of shower him with it. Throw it in there,
make it rain some dollar bills at him.
Exactly.
Now, did you participate? Did you partake in the Hayam Saban summoning circle first practice at Power Morphicon last year, where you get a bunch of people in a circle and you start throwing money into the circle?
He has colorful languages, that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he dropping F-bombs in front of people or something?
No, S-bomb, but not F-bomb. It was a.
This is all. No. You have to say it with the right fake accent. This is all. This is all.
Hayam Saban is not Nazi Germany. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's the polar opposite of that, literally.
No, yeah.
Well, Zach said he was Russian earlier, so, you know.
I didn't say he was Russian.
You did when you sounded like it.
No, I was just doing my old man Jew. An old man Jew, for some reason, sounds Russian.
Doesn't sound like old man Jew, that's for sure.
This was kind of cool. So before the Bandai appointments, Jakks Pacific, they're the ones that have done like the 31-inch Mega Force Rangers and the Super Mega Force Rangers. Well, now there is a 31-inch tall Mighty Morphin Megazord.
It looks awesome.
It looks great. And now I kind of regret buying the Imaginext Megazord, which is practically the same size.
Well,
so
I will probably pick up the Jakks Pacific one at some point just because I like this huge Megazord statue that I can put for decoration.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
It looks really sleek. It's really kind of streamlined. The only thing I don't think we saw were if it comes with any of the accessories or not. I think it just comes.
I don't think it does.
Because I think it had closed fists, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It's the closed fists. Yeah. So,
but it still looks good, and it's definitely worth picking up if you like anything original Megazord.
What do you guys think of the Jakks Pacific Megazord that popped up?
Looks awesome.
It does look cool.
How big is that thing? It looks like it's
as big as you want it.
It's probably like one of those 31-inch figures, something like that.
It's more detailed than anything Bandai's put out.
It's more detailed than most things Jax makes too. So,
well, it's next to a Halo figure, so my assumption is that it can't be too big because nobody wants to take home a giant Master Chief other than Eric. But
they have those at Toys R Us now. The giant
Master Chief.
Yeah.
How many do you own?
0. I want to get one and put it next to my Megaforce Rangers.
So then the three of them can watch you sleeping, Chris.
They can guard you.
As someone who has literally slept on your couch and woke up to like 3 giant Megaforce Rangers staring at you, and I swear to God, those things moved in the middle of the night. Like they got closer to the bed. I still think you did that.
I didn't touch them, man. It's all on you and your craziness.
It was creepy 31-inch Troy. It was not okay.
I had him holding a water bottle. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Speaking of original Megazords, Bandai showed off the limited edition black and gold Legacy Dragon Zord.
Ooh.
Which I want.
Yeah, it is a pretty sexy looking piece of equipment.
Yeah, I've collected every piece of the Legacy line so far. I don't think I'm going to stop now. I know during the live stream, Chris and them were like, oh, I don't like the red highlights or whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of think they pop. I really like the red highlights.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. The red highlights that come on it, the eyes, the pattern in the chest, it all looks really good.
I had no problem with it. I think it was a rough prototype because as the pictures that Toku Nation had, the gold plating was kind of rough in spots. It's still in progress. That'll probably be out this summer. I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah, I figured.
No, they look good. See, there's the black and gold. We knew it was coming. I don't like the red on that.
Yeah, the red really detracts from it. That should have been green if they were going to do this. I mean, it's a totally made-up color scheme anyway, so...
I won't, only because I don't have any of the other Legacy Zords, but that's going to change because the next announcement is the Legacy Falcon Zord.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love the Ninja Zords. I love that whole line. Like, that is where I will go whole hog with the Legacy Zords.
Yeah, the Legacy Falcon Zord looks awesome. It's a really cool addition to the Legacy line.
Got folding wing articulation.
Yeah, it's cool. You can do, like, it's flying in the air, flapping its wings. It can do the scene in the movie where it flies in and the wings come together to... shoot out the missiles. There's going to be die casts, like the head is die cast, the feet are die cast. It looks
beautiful.
Deca Blue 25 on Twitter had a short demo of it with Greg from Bandai, and everything, all the joints were tight, all the wings clicked into place. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's one of those Zords that I will have sitting on my desk in a really cool pose with like its wings folded and its claws out. And I want it now.
They also teased there was no pictures being taken because they're also going to release the Ninja Megazord. They said that they had a prototype, but it wasn't to their standards to show at the convention. So they kind of had a placeholder of the original toy.
Yeah.
And they didn't want people taking pictures of the original toy because they didn't want to give anyone a false impression.
Right. They didn't want
that's what it was going to look like.
The new Legacy molds were going to be just the old molds, and it's not the case at all. And yeah, like I said, I'll be getting that. I missed out on the Ninja Zords when I was a kid. I did not have them.
The only one I had was the Falcon Zord. I definitely like this version a lot better.
Yeah, I had the Falcon Zord and I had the Shogun Zord, but I did not have the actual Ninja Megazord. And that's a shame because that's actually one of my favorite Megazords, not only because of just how everything kind of looks like a mesh of animals. The Ninja Wolf Zord, come on, Blue Wolf, that's like my favorite color, my favorite animal. Okay, I need that thing now.
It's going to be really cool. Yeah. There's some speculation on the price point from Bandai. They heard everyone's concerns about the pricing of the Thunder Megazord. They're trying to do things differently for the new Legacy releases. The price of the Falcon Zord is going to be around $60. They said that the Ninja Megazord is going to be around $80, so it's not going to be the whole $200 like the Thunder Megazord.
Yeah, that's
was.
definitely much more reasonable.
And I also brought up to him, I said, since the Falcon Zord is under the banner of Legacy Power Rangers, the movie, when you make the Ninja Zords, are you going to make the movie version Ninja Zord, or are you going to make the show version Ninja Zord? And he was like, "Well, that's a really good question." Like, I'm gonna have to
he doesn't know?
We haven't thought of that yet.
Yeah,
Trust me, they know the answer,
didn't
Tom.
know.
Bandai trolled you.
Also, they showed off the Legacy Communicator in both the regular and the green and white editions, which eye roll. I get it. I know they're trying to sell and get their money from this Legacy line, but to buy two versions of this, and yeah, of course, one of them's a Tommy version.
Yeah.
Big whoop. Okay, then give me the third version. Give me Jason's gold communicator from Zeo.
I'm sure they will once they get around to doing Zeo stuff. I'll pick up probably the regular Legacy Communicator, and I'll just leave the blue bands in forever. We haven't seen much about the functionality of it yet, right? I mean, we can assume sounds.
They did say at Toy Fair there is going to be sounds. Okay. Zordon's voice is going to be in there. Although Mr. Yellow on Twitter tweeted at Mr. David Fielding, and Dave Fielding said, "I haven't recorded anything for it. I don't know." So I don't know if this is going to be clips from the show, or
could be
maybe they got someone else to do it.
It could be, or it's possible they also haven't recorded any dialogue yet.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, that's a simple process of putting the sound chip in, and that's something that can be done on the assembly line. And obviously, if they're not assembling them yet, then they don't need the audio yet.
I'm sure they heard from people at Toy Fair, but if Tony Oliver can come back and record lines for Saba, I'm sure they can get David Fielding to record lines for this communicator.
Exactly.
Legacy Gold Ranger Jason communicator win.
Right? Not soon enough.
That's Zeo, so it'll come out in 2020.
Yeah, but it's so easy. Come on.
Moving on down the Legacy line are the Legacy movie morphers. We've seen these teased on Entertainment Earth for months, but this is the first time that they've been shown in person. Red, pink, and blue were on display. They have the tribal coins that come as the second coin. I think that stinks because the obvious alternative is the ninja coins.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to collect these. I think I might just get red or blue just so I can have a tribal coin.
Yeah.
Because the tribal coin was only released through a San Diego Comic Con exclusive a couple years back with the Green Ranger figure.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people have the tribal coin. So I'm definitely going to pick one of these up for a tribal coin. I just think it's a huge missed opportunity not to have the ninja coins.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I'll probably pick up the blue one. Again, no surprise there.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, it would be nice to have the tribal coin, but they did miss out, I think, by not including the ninja coins.
Mr. Yellow says don't understand the tribal coins on the movie morphers. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, is that what they're tribal coins? Damn, I was hoping they were the ninja coins.
They need the ninja coins. That would make sense.
But why spend money when people will buy it anyways? Dino Tribal Coin. I have the Dino Tribal Coin. It came with
but not everyone does.
Well, I know. It came on San Diego 2013 with the little 4-inch Green Ranger figure. They released the Tribal Coin with it, and that was the only time they released it.
It doesn't make any sense because the white morpher comes with a Falcon and a Tiger coin, and these don't come with the other coin.
Laugh out loud from Mr. Yellow, no Ranger keys. Yep, the tribal coins weren't placeholders. They were actually real things.
That's dumb.
That is kind of stupid.
I think one of the most exciting announcements and new additions to the Legacy line are the Legacy Power Ranger figures. Bandai said that it's going to be for every Ranger ever.
This is really funny, because if you go back and listen to our live reactions, we all kind of poo-pooed it. We're like, really? This is lame. This is dumb. Why would you do this? This is going to be too expensive, blah, 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 whatever. But as we got more information, we all went, oh, no, these are going to be good. Oh, these are going to be really good.
Bandai's releasing Legacy figures for every Power Ranger ever. $20 each starting in July with Mighty Morphin and Ninja Storm.
$20 each. Fuck. It's too much.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't.
See, I totally called that shit, by the way. I'm just saying. That was one of my things. I'm like, watch, they're going to do the 5-inch figures. They're just going to do one of every character. Except for the girls.
Just $20. God. That's like $100 per 5-core team.
Let's break this down. These are not re-releases. So that kind of pissed me off because it's like, hey, remember all those Super Mega Force figures that you collected? Screw those. Yeah. Check these
Those
out.
are shit. This is the good stuff.
Yeah, so these are brand new. They're going to be around 6 to 6.5 inches tall. There's way more articulation than the standard figures, kind of on par with Figuarts, even though there was no pictures allowed during this event. Some have snuck out. And I have seen the ankle articulation.
I have seen the articulation as well, and that picture alone sold me on the whole line.
Yes.
I was like, oh, look, ankle articulation. Is it Christmas? I will buy all of these.
They're going to feature detailed paint applications, and it's going to start releasing this year.
So what do you guys think about that 5-inch figure collection?
I think $20 is pretty steep.
Yeah.
How many heroes are there, Eric?
Overpriced and repetitive. There you go.
130 something now, right?
If you include all of Dino Supercharge, including Talon, that would be 136 figures.
So that's $2,720.
No, thank you. Mr. Yellow said, what if they're Figuarts? LOL, joking.
Mr. Yellow says, if they really are doing every Rangers, that means we'll get the American ones like Titanium and 3 Jungle Fury. Shane did. Also looking forward to getting some more SPD toys because of this.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to run into the same problem we ran into with the Ranger keys. They'll be like 1 female per case if we're lucky, and they'll just skip some.
Why can't they just do a whole set of them like they do at Toys R Us, of the whole team?
So for $140, you can get 7 figures.
Well, there's got to be an easier way.
What about the Ninja Ranger suits? Ninja Ranger power now.
I don't want those.
Well, I mean, for some seasons like Zeo and, the seasons that have the exact same body type, I guess that's every Power Ranger season, huh? It's cost effective. You're just using the same mold. You're just changing the head, and sometimes you're giving it boobs. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, if they don't change the females so their legs can actually move more than a couple inches, I'm going to riot.
For $20, if they're 6 inches tall, I would buy a bunch of those just to fill gaps in my collection.
Yeah, same here.
I'd at least buy all the 6 Rangers.
They'd be the same height as your Figuarts at that point.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why I would buy them.
The Legacy figures,
yeah.
They are brand new sculpt, and the reason why they don't want people to take picture of that is because none of the details are finalized. A lot of the bodies have added detailed sculpt onto them, and they don't know if they're happy with it.
Are they roided out, or are they more skinny?
They are hulked up a bit, but they are more skinny. On the MMPR ones, they seem more like the old one that you've seen before. On the Hurricaneer, the Ninja Storm ones, they're more slim looking.
Is it more in line with Figuarts?
Yeah, imagine Figuart a little blown up, kind of like a knockoff blown up a Figuart. They kind of look like that,
but not terrible, right?
No, not terrible. The Ninja Storm one looks amazing.
Okay, good.
The Blue Ninja Ranger actually, she has a split in her skirt, so she can do all the, she has like full articulation. The skirt will allow her to do, full articulation and all that stuff.
Someone asked on Twitter earlier, but the boobs aren't crazy, right? This isn't like comical boobs.
No, not at all. It looks a lot like the Figuart, just bigger.
Okay.
Like imagine maybe a time and a half bigger, I think.
People are saying these are like 6-inch figures. Does that sound accurate to you, like Marvel Legends scale?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but I don't understand. They're hulked out, but not really. Can you clarify?
They have American toy proportion.
Okay,
but they're 6-inch scale.
They feel like DC Direct figures in terms of thickness and size and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're a little exaggerated, but not terrible.
Not overtly to the point, like there's so much muscle detail on them that you're like, oh my god.
So not powerful Rangers.
No, they're not powerful Rangers. And the Green Ranger comes with a Sword of Darkness.
Nice.
Oh. And all the figures will come with their respective parts that will add up to the Megazord.
Did they say whether or not those are we talking like mix and morph parts here from that line, or are we talking something?
I asked them whether or not it will be mix and morph. That's not what they have in mind. If the connectors are the same, it can be swapped around. It's not like the other Build-A-Figure, once you connect it, you cannot like remove the parts. You can remove the parts if you want to, but mix and morph is not their priority or even within their thinking when they were doing this. When they were doing this, they just want to do like a Build-A-Figure Megazord.
Okay. So pretty much like how the Marvel Legends line does it.
Right, except that, these connectors are not the type of connector that once you plug in, you cannot remove it.
Right.
I see ball joint in the Mighty Morphin Megazord from the thigh into the leg. It's like a ball joint.
So do they have a Build-A-Figure already completed there?
All the ones there are samples. I asked about the hand because the hand was closed fist. And I'm like, are you going to include the Mammoth Rangers, the Mammoth Shield and the sword? They're like, these are just for display only, so it's not final.
Okay. Not final. Gotcha.
So they're going to have 3 assortments a year, and each assortment will contain 2 different Ranger lines. So the first assortment will be MMPR and Ninja Storm. And I asked them, well, why MMPR and Ninja Storm? They're like, well, there's a reason. And I'm like, what's the reason? And he kind of winked at me. Greg kind of winked at me. I'm like, oh, I get it. Because of Blue Steel. I mean, Ninja Steel. Blue Steel.
Did you really just do that?
Blue Steel. So because of Ninja Steel, they're doing, MMPR and Ninjas.
Nice.
Gotcha.
They want to do every single Power Ranger iteration. So they said that as of right now, it could go on as long as like 9 years.
Wow.
And cost $2,720.
Well, that spreads the cost out, though.
Yeah. Each figure is $20. $19.99.
Did you happen to ask about Ranger keys?
Sort of. I asked them if they're focusing on anything else, and they say no. Whether or not the Legacy figures are going to come with a human head. And he said he doesn't know, but it's a good question. And he's going to bring it up and see if that's a possibility.
So, like, basically unhelmeted.
Right, unhelmeted head.
Wow. So the Legacy line overall must be doing pretty well if they're continuing.
They are very happy with Legacy. They're very happy with the new line that they're doing. What they're trying to do is they're trying to bring that level of detail that they give to Legacy at a cheaper price point so people can own all the Rangers. They can own all the Megazords without breaking the bank. You said that a lot of people, they buy one Morphin, they're happy. They don't need all 6 Morphers and whatever.
Right.
Because it's too costly. So they want to bring these figures at a decent size, at a decent Legacy level of detail, but at a low price point so people can collect all of them.
For $2,720.
Well, you spread that out over 9 years, right? You're good.
Not bad.
Spread it out over 9 years. And the things that the way they're putting out the stuff, like I say, is 3 assortments. Each assortment will have 2 generations of Rangers, and each generation of Rangers has 3 figures. So you're not going to finish MMPR right away. You're going to do it throughout the year, but by the end of the first year, you should have all the MMPR figures.
Okay, so they're not going to they're not releasing all of MMPR and all of Ninja Storm in one case assortment. It's going to be spread out over the 3 assortments.
Right. They're going to do, the first one they're going to do, for Ninja Storm, they're doing red, yellow, and blue. That's the first assortment.
Gotcha. And then MMPR will probably be the same thing.
It's like red, green, and I don't know which one they're doing outside of that.
Gotcha. So then the second assortment will have the missing stuff.
With the 6th Ranger, in terms of MMPR, they're like, well, it comes to a Sword of Darkness. It's like, yeah, because we cannot include a Dragon Zord builder for the 6th Ranger. So instead of coming with that part, which means we probably not see a Dragon Zord builder kind of thing. So instead of that, the 6th Ranger will come with more weapons and more things. So it's possible that they might include some of the weapon parts for the other Rangers in the 6th Ranger. That most likely sounds like there's that version of Dragon Zord, or if they might release it separately. But as of right now, the Green Ranger only comes with the dagger and the Sword of Darkness and no Zord builder parts.
Some people want to know, was there any mix and morph stuff on display there?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
Deadline.
Sorry, Carrie Clan. No mix and morph. They're done with mix and morph.
One of the Dino Supercharged bikes, I guess they can do wheelies now. That's what the representative said.
I mean, the guy that doesn't work for Bandai, but is just there hired to talk about stuff that he was reading off a script?
She wasn't even reading off the script, but she's very nice. I liked her because once I started talking to Greg, she just kind of like backed away silently, kind of walked off.
She understood who she was talking to.
Exactly.
So did Greg remember you too then?
Oh, absolutely. He was like, I love Toku Nation. They always ask these questions that I never think of.
Bam.
Yeah.
You didn't bring up the whole, like, hey, sorry about the article that said you don't want to make girl toys. You didn't bring that up.
No, he didn't. But, okay, here's the interesting thing. Now that you bring it up, it kind of makes sense. He did bring up, with the Legacy line, we're making more girls. We're making sure the girl Rangers are represented. And there was another girl over there. She's like, yes, please, we need more Ranger girls. It's like, oh, no, we're not letting you girls down. We're making more Ranger girls. And I'm like, wow, he's oddly specific. I'm like, now it makes sense.
You guys he was casting shade at you guys.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of shade thrown at us from Greg for that article.
Now it I didn't know what it meant the way he said it. I was like, oh, no, we're making more girls.
Nope, we're making girl stuff specifically for girls. I'm not going to let the girls down at all, ever again. Did he glare at you at some point during that speech?
He might have been. I was taking picture of other places. So
That makes me laugh. We might have influenced their talking points for this show.
No, I think Greg remembers you. I don't know if fondly, but he remembers you. And, and a lot of the stuff that he answered and all that stuff was like, just tell Chris to hold his horses. Like, just tell me, man. Jesus. Like he specifically said, he was like, just tell Chris. Greg winked and say, just keep your eyes and ears open. I was like, all right, I'll tell him that.
Thoughts on Tom's news?
I'm satisfied that Bandai knows what they're doing.
I'm convinced he made all of it up.
Depending on the quality, I'm kind of at a wait-and-see moment on these, but I'm definitely excited for them,
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Because if they're promising every Ranger ever, God, could you imagine a Cat Ranger figure?
That would be awesome.
A Shadow Ranger figure like this?
Oh, man. You're telling me everything I want.
God, even some of the other type of Ranger-like characters, a really kick-ass Blue Centurion would look amazing.
I would
like
make
this.
like the Misfit Ranger team and have it be like the weird Rangers from each season. It'd be awesome.
Think of even the Jungle Fury to have amazing Spirit Ranger figures, too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm excited for the possibilities. I hope the line is successful. The only thing that me and that I've seen other people worry about is, can you sustain this line multiple years to go good on that promise of having every single Ranger?
Right.
I think it would be nice if maybe they just skipped all the individual packaging and made special team packages, because I would love that. Like, just drop the money down all at once, get all the Rangers for that season, you're good to go. It might not be the most financially sound for people, but whatever. That's all the new announcements and the legacy stuff. So overall, what did you think of this whole news from Bandai?
There is a lot to be hopeful for. We've heard from the Bandai reps that everything that we're asking for, so in regards to like Zeo and stuff, they have a very, there's still a lot of shows coming in the year, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, if you're a collector, we've got good things coming down the pipeline for you.
Just a quick couple other things. So in regards to all of these repaints, Bandai is thinking they're more fun for kids, obviously to sell more products. Like Chris brought up in the live stream, when you have these molds, you want to get the most out of them. So if you can pump out different colors and slap a limited edition on it, yeah, they're going to sell.
Yeah.
Finally, in regards to Ninja Steel, as of yet, Bandai really didn't have a comment other than what they told Tom. They're like, hey, we're already planning for the holiday season, which is going to be Ninja Steel, and in extension to that, the movie. They are aware that Super Ninja Steel is the big 25th anniversary for 2018. But the fact that they're already planning stuff for next year, it's awesome. And it means that pre-production for Ninja Steel is in full swing now.
Yeah, I was going to say the news that I really got excited that Tom mentioned is when Bandai said, we've got other shows coming up this year. We're going to have a huge presence, Power Morphicon. I got giddy. I was like, ooh, I'm going to that show. Ooh.
At the last Paramorphicon that we were at, I really liked their setup. It was awesome.
Yeah.
If they're going to have an even bigger presence, that's going to be really cool. And I'm almost afraid to find out what these exclusives will be at Paramorphicon.
I'm hoping it's something I can ignore, like exclusive chargers. I can ignore that. That's fine, because I don't have the gun. I don't have any of the chargers, really.
Right.
I can ignore that just fine. But if it's something like, here's where you're going to get your exclusive communicators, okay, you got me.
Yeah. Moving on to our Ranger Nation Answers segment, we asked, what would be your dream toy announcement from Bandai America at Toy Fair 2016? So let's see what people said and maybe
let's see how
right.
many were psychics.
Yeah, so these are all from Twitter. Mr. Mike at M. Lundstead said, Power Rangers Legacy Astromorpher / Silver Morpher 2-pack.
Not quite.
But that would be great in a few years.
Yeah, absolutely. Shane Leonard at Shane Alenko says, 3-way tie between Talon Ranger, Poisandra, and Keeper 5-inch figures. Also, an announcement to bring Kyoryu figure arts over. Well,
Togu Nation emailed them and said that as of right now, there was no updates on Poisandra or Keeper. I think they're pretty much all done with Dino Charge.
I think so, too.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get Poisandra outside of maybe a Power Morphicon exclusive. And if that's the case, I need to get 2 because my girlfriend would flip for Poisandra.
Yeah.
Shinji at Tora X Shinji said Legacy SPD license and Legacy in Space Morpher would be amazing.
Yeah,
but I think that's a bit off.
We would love those in the future, absolutely.
Maybe for the 25th anniversary, they'll do a Legacy line of past season morphers. That would be cool.
That'd be great. New Year, more Carrie at Carrie Clan says Legacy Ernie and a Titanus reissue. How sad is it that I'm not even kidding about the Ernie? I'd totally buy that.
Well, we were joking on the live stream, like, yeah, we could have like Legacy Miss Appleby and Mr. Kaplan. Yeah. Dr. Disco at Snarky Sean said, Legacy Ernie's Blender? No, seriously though, a Legacy Gold Power Staff or Ninja Storm Wind Morpher.
I didn't get the Wind Morpher, but I did manage to find the Battleizer Morpher. So
nice.
I do have that lurking somewhere in my toy closet. Common Rider Jester at Losandro said, hopefully we see the prototype for the eventual Legacy Ninja Megazord and artwork for the also eventual Shogun Megazord. Well, you're half right.
Well, kind of, yeah, half right. And it wasn't even the prototype, but we do know that it's coming, which is awesome. The second Batgirl at the second Batgirl said, at this point, Poisandra. Sorry.
We hate to be the bearers of bad news. No, we don't. We love being bearers of bad news. Pocky Squirrel at Pocky Squirrel says, Legacy Zeonizer, or literally any Legacy product that isn't from MMPR. You're going to have to wait a few more years on that one.
They're going to milk that MMPR for all it's worth. Alex Shannon at the first Axelon said, Legacy RPM toy line. I don't know why they would do a whole toy line, but maybe down the road, maybe the Legacy figures, those would be cool.
Yeah.
Legacy RPM figures?
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Ooh, they could have the arms and legs.
I was just going to say, get the spinny things on the... Yeah. Lee Roberts at Lee Roberts VO says, Legacy Gold Staff. Yeah, the Legacy Gold Power Staff would be awesome.
Roxas at Talkin' Tanuki said, I would love a Legacy Ninja Megazord. Well, you're going to get it.
Wish is their command. I don't know why I did that.
Was that your Chaim Saban?
Yes. We got to stop with the Saban impressions because we know his camp listens to the show. It's terrifying.
Hey, that's all on you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a call one day. Yes, who are you? Who do you think you are?
You're doing it right now. Just stop.
I'm doing it because I'm imitating.
Move on.
Okay, we're moving on. Sentai 5 at Sentai 5 says, Legacy Shogun Megazord, for the love of the gods at Bandai America, stop stalling with repaints and announce the thing.
We're close. We're really close. I'm thinking San Diego Comic-Con.
Probably.
At the Ranger Talk said, Legacy Ranger key set with all the remaining keys and Dino Charge. Not going to happen. Well, there was no mention of Ranger keys.
Yeah, they basically said in no uncertain terms they're done with keys. Ryan Cox at Ryan Cox 20 says, Legacy Zeo anything.
Solomon D at Sollyman_D said, I would love a 10-pack of Energems with a necklace strap, and I would wear it everywhere. Oh, and Dino Thunder 5-inch figures. I would love both of those.
Gary at GBakes93 says, Legacy Zeo stuff. Give me a gold Zeonizer that won't break my bank.
I would totally buy that.
Yep.
At the Legacy Ranger said Legacy Power Cannon with multicolor die-cast balls. Also more lightning bolts. And there was a picture of some.
I think it's probably a picture of the power cannon.
Is that the one like from Die Ranger that they repurposed?
Yeah, they repurposed, and that would be neat, but we're not getting it.
yeah, we're definitely not getting it. As cool as that would be.
But hey, the Legacy Ranger, you picked a good username to have, because everything is Legacy this year. Joshua Perry at Rider Ranger 335 says, I would love Legacy Zeo or In Space. I would love that too.
Joshua Aaron Moore at Kentucky Jam said, believe I said this last year, but Legacy Ninja Megazord, articulated movie version. Well, we're getting the Legacy Megazord.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be the movie version or what, so who knows?
Time will tell. Luke Early at Undead Number 9 says, this is my hashtag Ranger Nation answer, LOL. Can't absorb the Gold Ranger powers Billy, but on a more serious note, a legit toy of the actual movie Ninja Falcon Megazord. It's being piecemealed out, but we're just still getting both of the components needed.
I'm excited. My wallet is not excited.
Oh no, my bank account is crying.
Well, that does it for our Toy Fair coverage. I want to thank Chris over at Toku Nation for having us on the past couple years and for coming on our show and letting us use the audio from the live stream. We hope you enjoyed this. And Ranger Nation, let us know what you think. If you have questions, email us at rangercommandpowerhour@gmail.com or check us out at rangercommand.com.
Now we can say goodbye.
Then goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Ranger Command Power Hour, only on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch a new episode every other Saturday. Find us on the Morphing Grid at www.rangercommand.com. Follow us on Twitter at RangerCommandPH and like us on Facebook.com/Ranger Command Power Hour. This is Trekkie B47 from the Ranger Command Power Hour, and you are listening to the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Ranger Command is now on Patreon. Become a patron by pledging as much or as little as you like every month and receive cool perks. By pledging, you are helping us make our show even better. Go to patreon.com/RangerCommandPH to learn more. Thanks.
This has been another proud production of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You want to see more shows, go check out www.foureyedradio.com, you winkers.